Good morning, guys. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. It is February 12th, which means bidding opens today. It is Saturday. It is 8:35 in the morning, giving me an hour to get into the crew room. Plenty of time. I got an extra large coffee. My bags are packed. I'm in a great mood. It's an amazing day to be a flight attendant. I am going to be flying to Portland today, one leg. And then tomorrow I'm doing a Portland Vegas turn back to Portland, and then I deadhead from Portland back to Vegas tomorrow afternoon. I know, fantastic. I was supposed to work a very long, crazy day tomorrow, and then I was supposed to have another, I think, leg or two home the day after, but I got a DOR. I'll describe what a DOR is later, and I applied it towards this trip. I'll talk about that later, maybe in Portland. I'm going to get into the crew room. I will see you there. Why is it so loud on this plane right now? Hey guys, hi. So I was going to tell you I'm on the plane, but you probably guessed. So today's flight to Portland, 1 hour, 56 minutes. Very nice. 63 passengers booked. Very nice. Deanne, if you're watching, hi. I'm working with Maddie today. The poor thing, she just drove in from Phoenix to work this trip. Poor thing. Great crew, great crew. I'm flying position C in the back because I could have flown lead, but I am only with this crew for 2 days of the 3. So rather than have them, you know, change lead positions, I just fly in the back. And position C doesn't really do a lot in this plane because it has recorded announcements. I just have to sit and look pretty. Yeah, so that's it. Really great crew. And you know those days, if you're a flight attendant, you know those days you're walking down the jet bridge, you got a coffee in one hand, your luggage in the other, you're walking towards the plane, and you just feel great because you're a flight attendant. Do you know those days? I know they don't happen very often these days, but but that's how I feel today. I'm in a really good mood. Great passengers, I'm sure. My crew is amazing. Blah, blah, blah. Life is good. Life is good. I will see you in Portland. You know what kind of mood I'm in? I'm in the kind of mood where I'm singing Mr. Rogers, Won't You Be My Neighbor? That's the kind of mood I'm in. It's great. Yay, we made it to Portland. It was a very nice flight. Very nice flight. We got here, the shuttle driver was here, but he was also full. So we had to wait for him to leave and come back. But it was only maybe 10 or 15 minutes. So very nice. We're still deciding whether or not we're going to leave the hotel at all. We'll see. And voila, I made it to the hotel room here in Portland. So the room is a little funky. It feels as if it's an add-on bedroom to a lodge-style house or something. They make some creative choices with wood. There's this like sauna style wood paneling over the sink, kind of strange. The bathroom is teeny tiny. The bed is ginormous and looks absolutely delicious. The one big negative with this hotel is it is so loud that they put earplugs on the nightstand because the walls are so thin. So that's a negative, but wood everywhere. Little seating area, not too shabby. And outside we have a little pond. There used to be reeds along here. They put roses, and there are often ducks out there. So it'll be nice to see some wildlife. And that's my room. It is 1:30. We have a 4:55 van time. So I know that one of my coworkers is disappointed we're not going into town, but to get the shuttle to the airport and then the light rail from the airport into town to get where you want to go and then back, it's a hassle. So I think we're going to stay in the hotel room. So this might not be the most exciting video. I'm so sorry. But if I do get out of here, I will show you. I'll take you along with me. But I have a sneaking suspicion this is my room for the next 15 hours. So I will see you soon. Hey guys, hi. Me again. I decided to leave the room. I was eating my macaroni and cheese, settling in, looking out the window, thinking it's such an untypical, it's an atypical day here in Portland where it's sunny and warm and bright and cozy and yummy. And I figured it's a crime to stay at my hotel room all day. So I called an Uber. It was really surprisingly cheap to get here. I probably should have told my coworkers that I was coming, but I just honestly want to be alone by myself. Jumped on an Uber, got here, and I'm in the Alberta Arts District with no real goal, just to walk around and enjoy the day. Maybe find a cup of coffee. I had the world's best Uber driver ever. Little old guy. We both had these oddly similar stories of life and moving and lots of similar experiences. And we had these really interesting, it was only maybe a 10-minute drive, but we had this really interesting conversation about Black Lives Matter. We're in Portland, and he told me, I have to look into this, but he was saying, about the history of Oregon, right? And I'm like, no, what? Is there some sort of dark history about the state of Oregon? He goes, yeah, Oregon was founded to be a white state. And I'm like, what? And apparently he was talking to his neighbor about, and it kind of came up about the history of the state. And he said, oh, well, in our neighborhood charter, he said, in our neighborhood charter, it's not allowed for us to sell a house to a black person. And apparently my Uber driver was like literally choked on his own tongue. And I was like, oh, I see where this is going. He's like, no, it gets worse. And the guy was defending this charter, whatever. But it was really a very interesting conversation. I told him, I said, this is the best Uber drive I've ever had. And he said, I am grateful you got in my car today. So it was a good meeting of people. So here is the neighborhood I'm in right now. It's pretty darn charming. Lots of little shops. I'm going to walk in and out of a couple places, and we'll see what we find. Loving this sign. You're welcome. How great is that? It's a shop called Collage. Let's go inside. Oh. Ah, this is my kind of shop. How busy it is. Art supplies. That was a fun little shop. Most of it was aimed at like paper arts. But I did manage to find some brushes that would be perfect for glazing my future pots. So I picked up 5 of them. They're super cheap. So something I had really forgotten to buy. So picked up some brushes. Boy, this is a fun little neighborhood. I can see why it's a destination. Barbershop equality. Love it. Fun. I found this little gallery here. Go and check this out. Oh my god, I love that teapot. Look at that. This looks like a fun shop. Check this out. Oh yeah. Very cool. I felt weird filming in there, so I'm sorry I abruptly cut off when I walk in a shop. But super cute stuff. I was this close to buying a couple things that actually had little black cats on it that were real fun. One was a pen, one was a little picture, a little print. But I have a black cat who is so damn cute. I don't need someone else's black cat on my wall. So I resisted the urge. If I make anything with a cat on it, it'll be my cat's. But yeah, just having a nice time walking around. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. And the people are very nice here. I'm wearing my mask outside because it seems to be common amongst the locals here. So I'm just following suit. Look at this car. Gorgeous. I'm walking down into a seemingly less populated area. I might swing around and head back. It's kind of quiet down here. Although that place looks interesting, doesn't it? Oh, it's a restaurant. I don't need to eat. I had to take that mask off. It's such a beautiful day, and there's hardly anybody around me, so mask is off. It is gorgeous here. There is definitely a look to Portland. If you're from Portland, especially this neighborhood, everyone's kind of hip and looks kind of effortlessly cool and sexy, kind of like Montreal. You know, even the homeless people look chic. You know, I am clearly not a Portland native, but yet two people have asked me for directions, and one wanted to know the history of a particular building I was walking by. I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here. So I've walked up one way to kind of the cool area, and I'm walking down the other way. Tempted to get some ice cream. Tempted. But there's a whole bunch of food trucks, as you'd imagine. This is Portland. But I don't spend money on food on layovers. A lot of my coworkers do, but if I'm going to spend money, it's going to be on something tangible that I can keep, or, you know, an Uber to get somewhere interesting. I'm not going to spend money on food. So I'm going to talk myself out of ice cream, because first, I don't need it. And second, ice cream, it just seems like a ripoff when you buy it in the ice cream shop, you know? So I'll skip ice cream for now. I really would have loved to film while I was in there, but the music was pretty loud and it would have been kind of creepy. Really amazing, like vintage, used, antique, early 80s, late 70s clothing, great boots, all sorts of stuff, great prices. But I am about 30 years too old to be wearing vintage punk. But really, really fun shop. Whew, it's bright. I love this sign. You just can't really capture it well because of the reflections. Can you read that? Awesome. You know, I think of cloud surfing Andy when I read this. That's kind of a life goal of mine. Kind of a low-key back burner life goal is to be the kind of person that other people think about when they see something nice or positive. Like whenever I see the word kindness, whenever I think of the idea of being kind to one another and helping support each other, I think of cloud surfing Andy. She's always about being kind to one another. And it'd be nice one day to have someone think of me other than when someone says blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's kind of a life goal, is to be the person other people think about when they see something nice. One day that'll be me. I'll be like, you know, 1,000 years old. But the neighborhood is kind of petering out. I've been walking quite a bit. It's getting a little bit less hip and cool and more residential. But I'm going to make my way back there. I found one other shop I want to walk into, and then I'm going to head back to the hotel. Right, I think I'm going to head back to the hotel. It's been a very nice time walking around, and I'm kind of glad I was by myself. You know, I could just wander aimlessly. I just stopped in this little shop and talked with this salesperson slash jewelry designer, and we just had the best conversation, a lot of fun. And I sent him to my friend Melanie's website. If you've never checked her out, Dirigible Designs, if you're really into jewelry, check it out. But I was successful in not spending money a minute ago. I want to like celebrate by buying something. There was a sweatshirt that said racism. Racism is for losers. It was just a bright yellow sweatshirt with big bold handwritten letters saying racism is for losers, and I thought that was fantastic. But $40, I can put that towards clay. So I resisted the urge. All right, I think I'm gonna head back to the hotel. I will see you later. Why does that koala look so scared? There are great signs all over Portland. I love this one too. Awesome. Can you read that? I'm just passing by this gallery. It seems to be closed, but look at this. It's looks like foxgloves, a flower growing out of a deer's chest. How wild is that? Neato. Look at this cool restaurant. I mean, the place is closed, but look at the wall separating it from the dining area. How cool is that? Sorry, I'm forcing you to look at like just random things I think look cool. Sorry. All right, one more random thing. I look up at this tree and I see a leaf fluttering, and it's not a leaf. It's a little origami crane. And there's another one. Kind of just randomly placed on this tree. Oh, and look, don't forget to laugh. Keep on keeping on. What a nice tree. Oh, I look rough. Back in the room, tired. I've walked a lot. I had another amazing Uber driver. I was gonna walk back to the hotel. It's only like, I don't know, an hour and a half walk. I know. But I figured, it's a beautiful day. I'll walk. I got about halfway and it was like, nope, let's call an Uber. So I got 5 of these brushes at that store called Collage. They're actually made of boar bristle, of all things. So these are gonna like pick up a lot of glaze, lay it down appropriately. So I think these will be fun for working with glazes for my pottery. And I bought one more little thing, which I thought was hysterical. It's a pin. Cat hair, don't care. My life story. All right, I'm gonna nibble on something and then look at bids for March and then go to bed early because I'm tired. It's 4:30. All right, I will see you probably tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Hi, so it is 4:42. I have to be downstairs in the 17 minutes. For some reason, the hotel shuttle was set for us at 4:55. Our show time was 5:10. So remember I told you the earplugs that they gave us that they left on the bedside table were because the walls are so thin? That's very true. But I discovered also that they are because, do you hear these noises? See how those little teeny flecks, those little flecks on the water? Those are geese. And they're finally quieting down. But last night, they were so loud, it sounded like a circus of clowns with little horns outside the window. It was ridiculous. I mean, they're geese. The hotel has no control over geese. But that's probably why the earplugs are there, because they probably know that's a problem. But the entire night, it sounded like 1,000 clowns with little horns. Wah, 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 wah. They're finally quieting down, I think, because it's about to, dawn is about to break. But fun fact, if you're going to be staying here in the future, yeah, use your earplugs. Hey guys, hi. It's time for a beard trim, I think. So I was in Portland last time I saw you. I am now in Las Vegas. It was just a kind of a crazy time getting to the airport this morning. Our key cards, they wrote down our shuttle time on the key card, 4:55 a.m. They wrote the shuttle time on our sheet, our book, 4:55 a.m. They verbally told us the shuttle was at 4:55 a.m. We got down there and the manager said, "Oh, you were supposed to be on the 4:30 shuttle." No. Yeah, so we had to basically fight for a spot on the shuttle to the airport this morning. The shuttle was full. Somehow, we managed to get everybody on board. Somebody called crew scheduling so that they were aware of the potential delay. I believe we actually made it to the gate like 5 minutes after our original show, but none of it's our fault. Thank goodness, so that's all good. Got here, we were 153 passengers, 1 hour and 47 minutes. It was very pleasant, very easy. It's Portland, right? So no challenges. Got here, we had a 2 hour and 44 minute sit. Exhausting. Now we're flying back to Portland. We are pretty much full. We have like 178 passengers on board. 1 hour 58 minutes to get to Portland. And then I just turn right back around and I'm deadheading back to Las Vegas. I'll be back home by about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Something I had told you earlier in this video is that I was able to use a DOR. Now, I never described what a DOR was, did I? So on my last trip, I think, one of the most recent trips, if you remember, my flights got all canceled and messed up, and so they had me fly back the day after my trip was supposed to end. So because they worked me, even if it's a deadhead, on a scheduled day off, they owe me that day back. And I have to select a day that I want to have back. They have to agree, they being crew scheduling. We have to both mutually agree upon the day that I get off. And lately they have not been very, they haven't been team players, let's just say, when it comes to actually giving us the day off that we want. But surprise, when I called them last week to say, hey, I'd like to use my DOR on tomorrow, which is the worst day of my entire month's schedule. It's a very long day. It's like 3-4 legs, 2 sits. It's a miserable day. And so I said to them, can I use it on, tomorrow, the 14th? And she goes, oh yeah, that's exactly the day I would choose myself. She was uncommonly pleasant. I got very lucky. So a DOR means I get to have tomorrow off. What they're going to do to me today is, while my coworkers are working these 2 legs today, just a Vegas turn, I have to go back to Portland with them, of course. But instead of working tomorrow, they're going to deadhead me back tonight. So I'm on TAJ for the rest of today after my flights. And then I have tomorrow off. Yay! And I'm being paid for the original credit of my trip. And so that is what a DOR is, if you aren't speaking the flight attendant lingo, or if you guys call it something else at a different airline. I'm very curious to what you call it. Yeah, so that's it. We have a full flight going there. I'm hoping I have some space to spread out on the way back, and I'll be home with my kitty cats later on tonight. And that's it. I will see you either in Portland or back here in Las Vegas. All right, toodaloo. Hey guys, hi. So I made it to Portland, got off the plane. Now I'll be getting back on the plane in a minute as a deadheader, sitting in seat 7C, so it could be much worse. I really can't say much about this last leg other than it was a test. I really can't even share any detail because it's just got to go into a report that the lead's going to write. I mean, I didn't actually interact with anybody, but we had some really challenging people on board today. Just a couple. Everyone else was great, of course, but it felt like a test, honestly. And while I was on the plane on this flight, I kept thinking, you know what I did not tell you? I told you a DOR is, where they give me a day off to replace one they took from me, or have me work, but I didn't say what a DOR literally means, day of restoration. So it's restoring a day off. That's what that DOR stands for. And I'm going to really enjoy having my day off tomorrow. Tomorrow, they have to work 4 legs. Portland, Orange County, somewhere else. I don't know, 4 legs. Plus they have another 2.5 hours sit. So I am missing that kind of day where I'm not missing it. I get to go home. So I will see you in Las Vegas. Hey guys, I'm back in Las Vegas. Look at the security line. That's Starts down there. It goes all the way. Look, I have never seen it this busy in 5 years. Whew. Whoop. Hey guys, hi. So I'm back in my car. Thank God. Today felt very, very long. I think it started with an early morning show, the snafu with the shuttle. My food was all frozen in Portland. I turned the fridge down, or I warmed it up, I should say, and everything still froze inside. My hard-boiled eggs, my hummus, my yogurt, frozen solid. The micro stressors at work today were present. The second leg of the day was a little bit much. And the only detail I'll share, because it's just unattractive to share every detail of this of today. But we had this one passenger who just seemed to really be a serious mask rebel. And at one point he was trying to physically intimidate, like hulking, standing over my coworker. She was in back by herself. I saw his body movements, and so I was like watching, and apparently he was trying to really intimidate physically in a threatening sort of manner to my coworker in back. And it was just upsetting to see some big grown man try to intimidate and scare a young lady who's doing her job to keep everybody safe. You know, it was upsetting. But we told the gate agent, who is going to be leaving a note in this person's file, and also I'm sure we'll all write reports. So it's just upsetting to see, like, why is it okay? Why is it okay to physically impose, like, be like threatening to a flight attendant? Do you do that to your Starbucks barista? Do you do that to the girl at the cash register? Do you do that to the bank teller? Why is it okay to be a jerk to a flight attendant? I don't understand. I really don't. What other profession? Whatever. I'm gonna get upset. I had a nice trip. I really can't complain. And I got off easy. I told you I don't have to work tomorrow. My coworkers, my crew, they're flying from Portland to Vegas to Sacramento, Burbank, somewhere, and then back. They have a very long day. They have a 2 hour and 40 some odd minute sit as well tomorrow. So they have 4 legs and a long sit. Not me. Whoosh. I'll be at home with my cats. I think that's it. So I will see you guys in my next video, which will probably be my trip to Newark. I have a long layover in Newark, so I'll share whatever I do and come up with in New York. So I'll see you then. Have a great day and fly safe. Bye.